अभी है तहा को ले लो और इस पे डाल देना। Are we ready? समझा? बोलो 1 2 3 करो। हाय कौन यू कैन ऐड में देखा करो तो मैं तो शुरू कर रहा हूँ। Are we live? Hello everyone, welcome to this session that is post results review session from Vifhe studio. I am Rizwan Mania, the CEO of Virtual Institute for Higher Education, and today again we are here to help you people, and we want you to pass in ACCA because at Vifhe we care for you. So friends, having said that, we care for you. We always try our best to make sure that we provide you best quality education when it comes to ACCA. Certain positives that I want to tell you first, and the first positive is that people have adapted themselves to the online learning. Yeah, in this pandemic situation where people didn't had any option, people were confused what to do, which learning provider to go, from where to study, which papers to give. And yes, this really created a lot of trouble. But I would say a big appreciation I will give to ACCA, the way they tackled the situation, the way students adapted to the technology, and the way online providers help you people to give your ACCA exams. So a big appreciation for all of them who were part of the system, including the teachers who tried their best to help you people, including you yourself, the way you people adapted to the technology and you did the hard work and gave your papers. Now, officially, I would want to introduce my faculty, but before that, yes, today's agenda is what I need to discuss with you people first. Let me show you what plan we will be following in the today's session, what is the purpose of the session, and how the session will help you in your future planning of ACCA papers. First of all, the agenda is very much clear, simple, and that is first I'll be giving the introduction about the faculty, the Vifhe faculty, the people who are with us, the people who are working with us. Then December 2020 passing ratio, right? You people might be, you don't want there will be someone who doesn't want to look at the passing ratio, and there will be someone who will really want to know the passing ratio because they have done good in the papers. So don't worry, getting pass is good. If you have failed, so my friends, next attempt is your attempt. It's a professional examination, so you don't have to be worried about, okay? Then we have invited certain students who were part of Vifhe, and they will be sharing their success story with you people. They achieved good marks in December 2020. So we want you people to ask questions if you want to ask themselves directly, because normally what students think is that teachers, whenever teacher explains you something, you think that is a perfect thing, okay? Because teacher is a teacher. But sometimes you do understand things of your colleagues, the students I'm talking about. So that's why we have invited few students here who will be sharing their success stories. Then the Q&A session, which is very important, the Q&A session. One thing I need to tell you people is that this is your session. We are not here to speak about ourselves, okay? This is your session. We need to resolve your problems. We need to help you people. So please, when we come to this area, you have to ask questions. The expert tutors are there for every paper. So make sure that you ask questions, okay? And then at last, I'll be telling you about the course details and the future plans that we have planned for you people. Now, starting from the first, no introduction needed. He is in front of me. You can see him, Hassan Dosani, the SBL specialist. And yeah, he is truly specialist, master of his paper. Then we have Taha Popatia, the AFM tutor with us. His dedication, his commitment, yeah, it's really awesome. Then Hasnan Rehmani is leading our audit and assurance paper. His hard work, determination, really helped people in December 2020. Munir Mohammed Shafi is AAA specialist, once again a very dedicated teacher. Faizan Farooq is our tax specialist here with Yasir Ali Khan, but today unfortunately Yasir Ali Khan is not part of this session. Arshad Bhutta is our FR specialist. Then we have Lukman Rafiq for SBR and Tishwata Gupta for SBR and FR as well. So Tishwata deals in both the papers, SBR and FR, and myself, I deal in PM, FM and APM. Okay. So friends, it's now time to move towards the passing ratios, right? People are very much concerned about the passing ratios, and when they look at the passing ratio, they put extra pressure on themselves. I want my faculty here one by one to briefly, they can just discuss the passing ratio about their respective papers, a very brief feedback, what they think. The passing ratio are in front of you. The red ones are the passing ratio of previous attempt, that is September 2020. So I'm excited to start my session first with Mr. Hassan Dosani. He is also co-host of this session as well. He will be with me in this session and will be asking different questions from you people. So over to you, Sir Hassan.
Thank you, Sir Rizwan, and welcome all of you. SBL's passing ratio. Okay, so generally the SBL passing ratio is improving over the passage of time. And something very interesting is that now SBL's passing ratio is actually the highest in all the professional papers since last 2 attempts. So those of you who were able to pass, you got an advantage. Those of you who were not that lucky, we will just hope and pray that this trend continues, and for March attempt you are able to clear with better marks.
So thank you very much for a quick feedback. Now I need to move towards Sir Taha. Quickly, Sir Taha, what's your thought about AFM passing ratio?
Hello to students. The SBL AFM passing ratio has improved. It was 37% previously, and this time it's been 42%. And as you can see, it is highest from the optional exam papers. So actually you can see that it is a positive side, but yes, if you are giving any exam, you must not give like consideration to past passing ratios, but focus and try to win your game.
So thank you very much, Taha. Munir Mohammed Shafi, quickly please about AAA.
Hello everyone. Am I clearly audible, sir?
You are.
Okay, a very slight improvement in the passing ratio, but it was expected since the expected topics were examined: business risks, going concern. But in the professional papers like AAA, you cannot expect much. You cannot expect the improvement of 20%, 30%. Yes, this is a good sign, but this is a professional paper, and the students will need to be professional to pass and to improve the passing ratio.
Thank you very much. Tishwata, you are with me. Tishwata, you need to give feedback of the passing ratio for 2 papers, both for FR and SBR, as Sir Arshad is not well. So yeah, please.
Yeah. Am I audible to you, sir? Okay. So first of all, about FR, the passing ratio, as I can see, it has declined from 50% to 48%. And the reason could be, the underestimation of the subject by the students. And usually what happens, they just go through the tutors, how they solve the questions in the class, and they're not practicing it by their own hands. So that could be one of the reasons for this declining pass percentage ratio, though it is very less. And same is the case with SBR this time. And SBR, I personally feel in December attempt, there is a quite difficulty in SBR. That's from the past experiences that they set a, kind of a different question paper. As the feedback I got from the students, it was like that they said the paper went out of their head, but still the passing percentage is 47%. It's good, like as compared to other subjects like AAA and APM.
Okay, thank you very much, Deshmita, for your quick feedback. Sir Faizan Farooq, quickly your thoughts on TX.
Yes, sir. TX passing ratio has slightly increased. It was 49 and now it's 51%. And as we know that TX passing ratio remains in between near to the 50%, which is we cannot say there is much change in this passing ratio for TX. As we all know how much you will going to do practice, you will get success. So this passing ratio is quite estimated. There is no much change in it.
Thank you very much. Now, Hasnain, I'm sure you can hear me. Hasnain, quick thoughts on double A.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Asnan. Okay, for double A, if you see in the last attempt in the September, we had 41 and it has reduced by 2%. It's 39 now. The major reason is that most of the students came up to me that the substantive and the risk side were quite difficult this time as compared to the last attempt. But still, it's still in the achievable zone. Most of the students have definitely passed, and it's again double A between 35 and 39. So it's just the reason of the complexities, and normally December attempt is complex than other attempts.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, quickly, my thoughts on paper PM from 39 to 40%, 1% increase, but still, I would say that PM remains a tough paper, so people need to work hard. For FM, it has gone down, so it's actually shocking for me because normally FM is on a higher side, but still, it's 45. It's good. And for APM, as always, it remains tough, 1% down in APM, so people need to, work hard and practice a lot in APM. So this was a quick review of passing ratio from different faculty members. Now I'm moving towards the next area of a session that is very important, and that is the success story of high achievers of December 2020 of SBL and APM. I want to hand over the session to Sir Hassan Dosani to carry on from here. Before I do that, we have the participants here. We have Anu Vinod first, the APM one. Anu, can you just open your camera so that people can see you? And now Sir Hassan will take up.
Thank you, sir. And first of all, a very big congratulations to Rehan and Anu for scoring outstanding marks in difficult subjects. So starting with Anu, Anu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Ah,
Am I
yes,
audible?
yes. Anu, I will ask just two broad questions to you. First of all, we would like to know during your preparation stage, during your studying stage, what were the things which you really focused on? And the second part of the question would be during the exam, the 3-hour exam, what things made the difference? So starting from your preparation or study planning.
So, good evening, everybody. And my name is Anu Vinod, and I passed APM and became an ACCA affiliate. So, I would like to give 100% credit.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I would like to give 100% credits to Rizwan, sir, because his struggle for APM that really bore fruits. And my plan, I actually didn't have any tutor for all the other papers. But when I had Rizwan sir with me, I blindly followed his plan. All that I did from my part was I practiced almost past 4 years question papers. That's the practice that I did. Other than that, I followed Rizwan sir's action plan, his mock exams, his notes, lectures, videos. I completely followed his plan. That's all that I actually did. And then, yes, few days before the exam, I timed myself. I solved 2, 3 question papers for 3 hours, and so that I'll get the flow while writing. I had a paper-based exam, so I just wanted to get the flow of writing. So I practiced 3-hour question papers.
Excellent. And any specific thing you did during the paper?
During the paper, sir, nothing in specific. I kept on reading the question paper. And yes, one thing from yours practice to pass session, from Hassan Dusani sir's practice to pass session for SBL that I followed for APM as well. That is highlighting the question, the important things from the question paper. So that, that will give more emphasis when you read the question again and again. You will focus on those important points, so that will help you while writing the answer as well. So
Very
just following
interesting.
on, yeah,
Very
those are the
interesting.
points I
And
did. Yeah,
Anu, are you a full-time student or you are working as well?
I'm a full-time student. I'm just searching for work now.
Oh, okay. Right. Anu, thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you so
Um,
much, sir.
I would now like to move to Rehan. Rehan, are you there?
Uh, Sir, Rehan is not here. He'll be joining us soon. So once he
Okay.
will, so then we can continue with him.
Right.
Okay. So as you just saw how Anu past APM and her quick experience about it. And to be honest, if I tell you that APM is a tough paper and scoring 72 is a big thing, and I'm, to be honest, I know it's early to say, but I'm 99% confident that she will secure a nationwide position. Okay. Anyways, now coming towards the question and answer session, because this is your session, as I mentioned earlier, this is your session. Okay. So we want you people to ask as many questions as you can ask. You have a chat box available. If you just look at Zoom, you have a chat box available. Plus, if you're watching us on Facebook, so you can just write in the comment section, and we will try to answer your questions. So there are certain common questions that students do ask a lot, like future paper combination, like major failure reasons, like CBE or manual attempt, which is becoming a big debate because of the transition that ACCA is doing. So there are certain questions I just quickly want to ask first from my faculty on your behalf, and then I'll be taking up the question. Please just hold on, just give me 2 more minutes. I just need to ask one question, and then I can take up your questions. Okay. So a quick thought of major failure reasons. Now I need to ask Sir Hassan about it. A quick thought on major failure reasons in general. I'm asking you here. What do you think about this?
Sir Rizwan, with regards to SBL, it is the same usual mistakes which the examiner always points out in his examiner's report. And I don't want to go into the details. It's nothing new this time as well. And it's very unfortunate that students are not able to learn and pick up things from the examiner's report, which is being published consistently. The interesting thing is that the majority of the reasons why students are failing, as per the examiner, it is not lack of technical knowledge. The students are failing because of exam techniques. For example, they are not linking their answers with the case. They are not using the right formats, the right tone. So nothing to do with knowledge. Okay, it's the soft skills where they are lacking. So again, this time as well, no surprise, the same usual comments like not linking with the case, no format, no professional tone, etc.
Don't go. There are certain questions people are asking, so I just want to take this opportunity. Abdullah Mamoon says, I got unfortunately 43 in SBL and he again failed in the second attempt at 42. A quick advice, what should he do?
I'm not sure what specifically is the problem here with this person, but I would just say that he needs to do a mock and have it assessed, and that only through that, if anything is wrong, it can be identified and worked upon. So just make sure that you do couple of proper mocks under exam conditions and have it marked by a good proper tutor.
Okay, so do you offer this mock checking facility?
Oh yes, all of us, I think we offer mock checking facility, which is normally offered mid of Feb onwards. And if you would like to register with any of us for checking your mocks and provide you feedback and marks, we would be most happy to do that.
Thank you very much. Now we have a question for Tishwita here that relates to SBR. Uh, okay, okay, that's okay. Now I can't exactly. Yeah, it's the teacher comment. Okay, now for AFM, I can't see the name of that student. AFM 49. Yes, Taha. One of the students asking 49 AFM. What will you guide?
All right. So if someone has scored 49, it's really unfortunate because only there was one mark to cross the boundary. But generally, if we talk about AFM exam paper, the syllabus is not really lengthy. But yes, the exam questions vary a lot. Specifically, if you talk about the topics of, for example, mergers or forex, same techniques have to be applied, but the scenarios are really different. And the best thing to make sure that you do well in exams is to do a lot of practice. If you do past papers, if you do practice, you get to know how the ACCA examiner wants you to write down your answers, and you get a good idea about the topics. So my advice is a lot of practice from past papers.
Okay. Okay, that's a good answer. Now there are certain questions that relates to performance management, PM. So my quick answer to all those students is that you are struggling to pass and you are getting 49, very close. So this means your concepts are not that bad, to be honest. Okay, if you are getting in 40s, the concepts are there. You have good knowledge. Okay, but there are certain mistakes that you are doing. Maybe you're not completing the paper on time, and that is a genuine problem, and a good, solution for that is to solve mocks. As Sir Hassan said, that mocks are important. Okay, so those who are getting into 40s, my suggestion is that you do solve 2 to 3 mocks and do ask any instructor to check them. Plus, make sure that you're not doing very much silly mistakes, and I'm sure that you will be able to pass. Plus, you have to complete the paper as well. Okay. Now, please, you can ask questions, everybody, whatever paper you need to. We have instructor for all the papers. We have a question for Hasnan Rahmani, 48 in double A. Bilal is saying 48 in double A. A quick solution, please, Hasnan.
Okay, so there were a couple of students who approached me 48, 49, 45, 46. The main reason for that is the examiner will not pass such students if they are making mistakes in concepts. So there's a small concept of stage of completion that students don't know about. Most of the students don't know about, and the same would be covered in the crash course. And again, the mock and the exams, until unless students don't write and get the answers checked by any tutor, they won't know where they are making mistake. So that the first thing is the crash, and the other thing is getting your answers checked by a good tutor.
Okay, thank you. Munir Shafi, you have a question. One of the student is saying Mursal, his name is Mursal. He's saying that someone told him that they can't give they should not give AAA or ATX unless they are working somewhere. So what your thoughts on that?
Well, this is not a case, certainly, sir, because 90% of the students who pass AAA, they are not working. They are not working. Plus, what I personally believe, if a student is working in some firm and is in practicing audit, firm, considerations, practical aspects, which we then need to focus and emphasize the student to unlearn and then learn what the standard says. So those students basically need to do a bit of more effort, in fact. But those students of the tutor, I will more easy for them to.
At Sir Muni's end, so we'll take the question later. Now, moving towards the next question. Uh, about APM, I'm getting a lot of questions, so I just want to sum up. I have just seen the questions. So for APM, yeah, the challenge remains the same, my friends. You need to think like a consultant. You need to plan your answer like a consultant, and for that you need to practice. Okay, the level of APM is tough. I know that you are very close to passing APM. You're getting your marks in 40s. But I think you need to make sure your approach is right. One thing I need to suggest here is your answer writing skills should be improved. Until and unless you don't write the answers, you will not pass. We at Vifhe try our best. We give assignments to the students, but to be honest, I'm really upset about it that when we come for the feedback, when we want to give the feedback, we have just 10 to 20% of the students who are submitting us the assignment, which is bad. Okay, so you need to write the answers, and once you do, you will get to know your mistakes here. Okay, so Rahul has a question for F8 attempting in March. Hasnan, what your advice for March? I think we're left with 50 days now.
Yeah, definitely. We are left with 50 days. And my advice as of now is to just go through the important areas. And if you are uh, learning from any tutor, then you should follow his or her steps. And the important areas are always the audit risk, the internal controls, audit procedures, the substantive procedures, and finally the reporting areas. And focus on practicing and getting your answers checked by your teacher. That's more important because the F8 is not only knowledge but the application of the same. So that's how you can go for it.
Okay, thank you. A general question that I want Tishwita to answer because of FR and SBR. Uh, in fact, for professional mainly. The student is asking whether to go for CBE or manual. So, what is your thought on that?
Well, sir, I would say that if manual is available, then you should go for it. If up to what extent you have the deadline for the manual exams, because I don't think in India they are yet now available. They are all CPE compulsorily. So if you have any attempt left for manual, then go for it because you are well aware of how to write it on paper.
Okay, okay. And one thing I need to add here, if you have the choice for CBE manual, so I would say just look at your expertise. Okay, if you are good in terms of typing, you know the spreadsheet, you know you're fast in that, you are computer very much familiar to the computer tools, then you should go for CBE. This is my suggestion, okay? Because CBE will save your time in terms of typing, doing things correct, and spreadsheet especially, okay? But if you're not, then you should continue with the manual paper. Okay, now, Sir Hassan, there is a question from Danish Zaki. I just want to read the question in front of you so that you get to know what exactly is asking. He's saying, while solving XBL exam, I felt that much of the information provided in the exhibits are not relevant to the requirement asked. That's why I could not wrote enough. Is it
Yes,
true?
Danish. Yes. Danish is very much correct that in the last few papers, I've started seeing this trend that the exhibits are getting smaller and general, which means that linking your answers from the exhibit is becoming difficult. Having said that, the examiner also knows this point that the exhibits contains few less information. So whatever information is there, even if it's less, doesn't matter. If you are able to pick 1 or 2 points, you are able to demonstrate that you are able to link with the case. Okay. So yes, it is a challenge, and we need to find a way, just to get out of it. So just a little bit of linking would also go a long way.
One more question. A student is asking, now that is tough for you. And because I felt this is tough, so I am just asking you this question. A student took both APM and SBL but could not pass. I want to take one this time around. Which one would you advise I take this smart sitting?
You can toss a coin. Okay, I'll make it simple. There is, listen, it's wherever your personal confidence is tilting, you should go for that. But if you want a scientific approach, SBL is manual paper in March. I think the person is from Pakistan. If he or she is from Pakistan, it's the last attempt for manual paper, and then it will become CBE. So if you are comfortable with manual, then go for SBL. If you are comfortable with CBE, then wait and attempt SBL in June.
Okay, so I think Danish sir mentioned what you should be doing. Now, one common question I just need to put up myself on this table, and that is future paper combinations, right? That always remains a big debate among the mind of students, and what paper combination they should opt for, whether it's skill, whether it's 5, F5 onwards, or it's the professional papers. But to be precise here, if I just talk about professional more here, just because of the paper combination, because we have four options available for the professional ones like APM, AFM, ATX, and AAA. So normally students are confused which two options they should opt for. Okay, so a quick thought I need to take from my instructors, very briefly, if they can just tell how should they decide the combinations about the options. So I want to start first from Taha, what is your suggestion here for the paper combination of four options?
All right. So all the four papers have their different flavor, I must say. One thing that you need to consider in order to decide the paper combination is the F series papers that you have studied. You must look into the papers which you found most interesting, because qualification is one important thing. So the first advice is that go for the exam paper for which you like the equivalent foundation, the F series paper. For example, if you liked F9, go for P4, which is AFM. If you did like TX, go for ATX. If you did like AA, go for AAA. So this is first rational, logical thing one must do, and make his qualification as early as possible. Second thing is where you wish to land uh, in your professional life. That does also matter. So for example, if you are going to specialize in a tax department, you must go for ATX. And that's how you make the decision. Two things I summarize. Let me summarize two things. The first thing, you look into the equivalent F series paper. Second thing, where you wish to land in future. So take these two things into consideration and make your paper combination decisions.
Okay, thank you. Uh, One question I need to answer quickly. For the returning students, we do have a discounted offer that I'll share you today at the end of the session. Okay. Munir Shafi, what's your thought about a professional selection of two options?
Well, sir, ACCA is an audit certification, and most of these students generally they prefer AAA. AAA has its benefits. Well, in practical life, this paper helps a lot because those students who join ACCA, they join with the intent to be an auditor in the future. So this paper helps them, will help them. And one important thing, if a student feels that he has performed well in AA, he has performed well in SBL, he has scored good marks, then AAA is the paper for you.
Okay.
Because if your writing skills are good, this paper can be passed easily.
Okay. In general, Abdul Jamal Sharzad is asking about F7 and F8 June session advice and techniques. I would just ask one tutor here to sum up, please. Hasnain, can you just sum up about the preparation for these two papers for June?
Okay, if we see that A does have an application of financial reporting to some extent, and preparing both at the same time is really a good strategy. And for June, definitely it's a go-go situation. And the classes normally start by March. Once the attempt for the March ends, you can start the preparation and classes for F7, F8 wherever you want. So you can go for both papers at the same time. That's what I want to say.
I can see certain questions relating to FM and PM. I'll just get back to those questions. There are certain things that students do ask us on WhatsApp. A lot of questions since 2 days we are getting after the result. And on behalf of student, I need to ask our tutors about that. Sir Hassan, what do you suggest in general? Once again, I'm asking in general. The students ask whether they should go for self-study because they are a returning student. I would say they will give the paper again because they failed. So what do you think? Should they go for self-study? They have 5 weeks time available now. I can see certain questions coming here as well. So self-study or to retake the classes? How to decide about this?
Okay. They need to be very honest with themselves. Okay. If they have taken proper classes and they failed because it was bad luck, then they don't need to retake the entire classes. They can either they can take the mock or revision session, and they can take advantage of the webinars which ACCA and private tutors are conducting. But if
You
they
can just
have
mention
not,
P2P as well because someone is asking about that as well.
yeah, P2P, okay, I will mention. So students who have attended proper online classes, they don't need to attend again. They revise through ACCA's P2P, practice to pass session, or take the revision and mock classes by tutors. But those students who had registered for online classes but they have not studied, they are busy in office, they need to retake the entire session again, in my view.
Okay. Okay. Jisha Thomas asking, Sir Munir, the score of her AA was 50s. Okay. And should she go for AAA? Munir Shafi, please, quick thoughts on
Yes,
that.
yes, she can go for AAA very easily, but with better preparation and with better technique. She can surely pass, no issue at all.
Okay. On her behalf, I need to ask you. So, if she goes for AAA, so what do you think? How much revision of AA is required in that?
Well, whatever revision is required, whenever she will appear for AAA, the tutor will go through all those areas because certainly a time has been lapsed, suppose 6 months or 9 months, then all those concepts needs to be refreshed, needs to be revised. So this is not a point to worry. This is not a point to worry because the technique will be built by the teacher from scratch. So don't, this is not a point to worry, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for your thoughts on that. For APM, computer-based examination is a good option. I would say once again, if you are, I'll repeat this again, if you are good in terms of using computers and your typing speed is good, not very fast is important, but it should be normal, and you can, use the computer software, spreadsheets and word processing. You should go for CBEs. But if you're confused and you are doubtful about it, so please don't take risk if manual is available. So you continue with manual. Okay. Now moving forward, we have another question from David Sam, and I want Tishvita to answer. Uh, he failed in SBR by 48 and AAA 46. This is my second attempt. I really want to do self-study. Okay, he wants to do self-study, but I want to take advantage of webinar and ignore my local learning provider. But because it's not good, but I want to change and adapt to a new strategy. So in short, Tishpita, his question is that he needs to, uh, move towards a new strategy. So what your recommendation will be?
David, it's really sad to know about 48%. It's very close. And the strategy would be same that, okay, you have to go through the text and then you have to practice a lot. Now it's up to you if you're doing self-study or taking someone's help. And 48% means your concepts are clear. There's something which is lacking for the practice part, or you have not written the assignments, or you have not given the mock. So that means the concept is clear, the application is lacking. So you can go for something like a crash course or something like a mock exam assessment, which Vifhe is offering. So that thing, I feel that would help. That would be a new strategy.
Mentioned,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a general point that I want to make here, that whoever is failing, just don't continue with the same plan. You need to change the plan, because if you continue with the same plan, first you will not be motivated. In fact, you will get demotivated, and yes, then you can't do a different thing and you can't pass then in that case. Okay. One question I need to ask relating to taxation from Faizan Farooq, which is a very relevant question, to be honest. It's Pakistan, oh sorry, it's the UK based taxation we're talking about. Sir Faizan, in March 2021, it's the last attempt, and then will have a new tax year from June 2021. So what you recommend students, those who could not pass taxation in December 2020, would you recommend them to go for March 2021, or you want them to go for June 2021 with new tax implication?
See, sir, if they failed the paper by 49 or 48, they can retry it in March, and if they lack it with a huge margin, they must leave this attempt and start as a fresh in June.
Okay. Okay. That's right. Okay, a good question from one of the student, Munir Shafi. I think you can answer. Is it okay to do AAA before SBR? AAA before SBR.
I won't recommend. Either
Okay.
do AAA after SBR or do it together with SBR. That could also be a workable option. But without SBR, I would not recommend.
Okay, that's a good answer, because this means there is a lot of connection between these two papers. For SBR before F9, uh, I think you can give SBR before F9, but it's better that you first clear your skill papers and then go towards professional, because professional has a different mindset completely. F9 is not a very difficult paper, to be honest, but you can go for F9 first and then SBR. Okay, for taxation, Seldia is asking a question. Sir Faizan, I got 42 in tax. Should I wait until June?
Uh, it depends upon your knowledge. Practicing is fine, but what's yours learning of the rules? If you are well aware of rules, tax rules, then okay, you can retry it. But if you are lacking in the rules, you better know yourself. If you knows that you are forgetting rules in the exam situation, so better to wait till June attempt.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay, for PM, there are certain students who are asking me to answer about PM. Thank you very much, Seldia. Okay, now for PM performance management, I mentioned as it remains a challenge. Again, PM, actually the major issue with PM is that students are coming from management accounting F2, and once they shift from F2 to F5, there is a big difference in the approach, okay? And that approach kills them, actually, to be honest, because they are very much used to of MCQs and all, but in PM you have section A, B, C, constructive response and everything, so they actually can't, change themselves when they come to F5. Plus F5 questions are a one that are tested from different areas, so that is what makes it difficult for them to pass. So for PM, my general suggestion to all the students who are asking right now is that if it is your re-attempt, make sure you solve maximum objective test questions of both the kits, BBP, Kaplan. We have a testing platform at Vifhe as well. You can use that as well. Plus, for spreadsheet and word processing, make sure your typing speed is better. And for spreadsheet, you need to build the skills of using spreadsheet, because if you don't do that, examiner will not give you marks, because formulas are really important in PM or any skill paper. So you have to make sure that your skills are good in terms of the formulas there. Okay. Sir Hassan, lots of SBL questions. I'm sure you are looking at the screen as well. So we have another question from Miraj. I got 39 in SBL. Should I reappear in SBL or should attempt SBR, as I've studied SBR for March? Kindly give me advice. He's very afraid of it.
Okay, if you are comfortable with the CBE paper of SBL, then I would suggest that you drop SBL for March and go for SBR, because in my personal opinion, in SBL, the CBE option is relatively easier as compared to the manual paper. So if you feel that you have some phobia with CBE option, then you must go for SBL and get rid of it before it becomes a CBE paper.
Okay. And Sir Hassan, I just want to request you to take up a few questions from here as well. You can see the screen. So please.
From the chat box or from the Q&A
Yeah,
box?
from the chat box, from the chat box.
So
yeah.
So Piyush is asking, is it practically possible for me to appear for APM, SBR, and SBL together in March? Yes, possible if you are a Superman. Anything is possible. I've seen people pass, but if you think you are an average student with average luck, then don't push your luck. These are expensive papers. So I would suggest don't go for 3 papers. If you want to go, then go for match 2 papers, and you can drop SBL, because generally SBL does not work together with any other subject. Hamza is asking, will there be Excel support available in online study sessions, as in Pakistan it's going to be CBE in June? Yes, Excel support will definitely be available. It depends on subject to subject. So if there is involvement of Excel in your CBE subject, then the tutor will definitely take you through the Excel, making sure that you are hands-on with whatever is required for that subject. I think Sir Rizwan, that's all I can see for SBL.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, friends, how many mocks Vifhe offer? We offer one mock. That is a mock that the instructor will actually check. To be honest, please, it's my request to all of you, don't take this lightly. Do attempt mock. Mock gives you the confidence. And, I have seen that those who are solving mocks, they pass paper. So yeah, mock is a biggest tool to pass the exam. So please make sure that you are part of the mock session from anywhere you take, but mocks are important for sure. Uh, Okay, so we have another question. I'm getting a lot of questions here, but I just need to, screen here because of so many questions here, because of the time limitation also. But yeah, it's good that you are asking questions, because as I mentioned, this session is just for you people. One question is very important that is coming in my mind, and I don't know actually from which tutor to ask, but let me guess here. Normally, students do ask lot of times that they got 49 and they're interested in going for a review of that paper. What do you think, Taha? Is that review a good option? 49 review of paper again and spending some pounds again?
For review, I will never recommend my students to go for a review because generally it's a waste of money. Obviously, when ACCA is checking the exam papers, they are very careful, they are very cautious, and obviously they do have a proper marking system. So I will never recommend students to go for review, but yes, they must invest their time and energy for the next attempt instead.
And
Okay.
sir, also, in my experience of like 15 to 20 years, I have not seen any case becoming a successful case, maybe one student out of 100. And secondly, I know that in ACCA, and they have their internal quality assurance process where they check papers, they check scripts to make sure that the markers have checked it properly, and especially those scripts which are at 49, they do check it again from a QA perspective to make sure that nothing is wrong. So the chances are extremely slim.
Good, and I'm sure those who are always asking what should they do, and this is the same advice from my end as well. Uh, that's really nice. Now, one thing I just need to ask Sir Hassan specifically. I'm sorry I'm disturbing you again and again. Because you are in this industry since so many years. A quick general question I'm asking you: what do you think COVID impact on ACCA jobs? Is it positive or negative? A quick answer for that.
COVID impact on job has generally been bad because a lot of businesses are downsizing or finding it difficult to survive. So it's not about ACCA or CA or only doctors and medical staff and people working in Zoom and Netflix and these fintechs. Their jobs are going up definitely, but majority of the industries, the jobs are depressed. So nothing pointing out at ACCA. However, the good side is that it is an opportunity to speed up your learning and your exam progression, because ACCA is providing a lot of online resources, study resources, the webinars and all those things. Even you might not know, ACCA is conducting a lot of sessions for the tutors. So we are all, being trained by ACCA at least 6 to 8 weeks. We have a training where they talk to us about the problems, the feedbacks, the systems, the progress, the CVs. So they do a lot of online things. So take advantage of this. And if you have a job, save it. If you don't have a job, then focus more and take advantage of this offline thing, and get rid of your pending papers.
Okay, thank you very much. Rosemary has a question for SBR. She got 49. It's the second attempt. I could not finish my exam because I am too slow in typing, and this is what my concern is. What's your take on this, Tashwita?
If you're slow on typing, I would say that, write to the point answers. Don't babble a lot in the exam. People have this habit that they write long stories, and SBR is such a paper that you can manage writing it in bullet points. Not all the questions can be written in bullet points, but most of them you can write the counting standard provisions quickly. type it down. And yes, practicing on the computer is the only solution for increasing your typing speed.
Okay, and for that, I recommend many students that you have different articles, your newspapers, and whatever you have, just take that one article and start typing that. So that will improve your typing speed every time. Conan, you are asking that you should go for PM in March. If you have given PM before and you could not pass due to some reason, so you should go for it, okay? Because it's fresh in your mind and it will give you a good chance to pass. But make sure you just think about the mistakes that you have done in the past, look at the past paper answers, and especially one important thing I need to tell everybody in general is the examiner reports. To be honest, I tell many students every time that reports are actually for the tutors to read, right? It's not the case. It's for you people. Examiner is writing report for you people, so that you get to understand what mistake your friends have done in the past. So yes, it's a big teaching, I would say, a resource available that you should read the examiner reports for sure. Okay, so now I need to just move towards the other areas. But before that, I'll be taking last 5 questions now. The first is about Rehan Zulfikar. I'm not. Yeah, it's Rehan. Yeah, Rehan is here. Rehan is here. Sir Hassan, Rehan is here with us. He is one who scored 72 in SBL. Sir Hassan, you are with me, right? Rehan is here.
Right, Rehan, he scored 72 marks in SBL. Can I see him? Or is he just on audio?
Yeah,
Yes, Rehan, how are you?
just unmute yourself, Rehan.
Sorry. Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good to have you, and big congratulations to you and your family. Very quick, two questions. Number one, what did you actually did different during your study phase? And then what was those things you did or focused a lot during the 4 hour exam time? So starting with your study preparation, what was that thing which you focused on?
I just remember your one sentence only, that you told me that it's not about the notes, but you should ratify that notes and you can root learn them and just go and sit in the paper. So rather than just learning those notes, what I did, I whatever papers you were solving throughout the session, I was continuously just following up those papers. The techniques that you were telling me, like reading the whole paper for 40 minutes, or I don't remember exactly that 15 minutes thing. So at the point you told every student that you should stop reading the paper. At the exact same time, I stopped reading the paper in my paper. And the exact time the question that you asked us to give or in each question, I was giving the exact same time. And however, sir, just the writing skills that you specially mentioned while you are just preparing for the whole course and everything, I completely followed them. I didn't do anything on my own. It's just about taking your classes and the papers that you were solving, the mock that you responded to me. Although I just gave one mock, but the response of yours was perfect. I knew where I was lacking and where I have to do. So the last 10 days, I just revisit your lectures or webinars and everything. So this was the point.
So you were my full-time Vifhe student and you also watched the webinars?
Yes, sir. Sir, basically what happened is that I was your full-time student, so I couldn't take many of your classes throughout. So, but what I did definitely that I took your webinars twice in my.
And by webinar, I mean the practice to pass sessions arranged by
Yes, yes,
ACCA, which is
yes, sir.
a completely free of cost thing.
Exactly, sir. Practice to pass sessions, free of cost. I took them twice. The same lectures, I took them twice, and I just, even when I was going for the paper, I was listening to your lecture, the last one, in which you tell us about ethics and how to handle the paper, or if something is just, sir, because this time paper, if you see, there was not much in the paper to write from the questions. It was applying your knowledge as well. So in that, I was thinking, told us that, see, if the models are not getting applied, even it's just a common sense, through common sense you can answer. So I followed exactly the same thing.
So that's a great answer, Rehan. And I always encourage all my full-time paid students to attend the webinars. Okay. The reason is though that those webinars are very focused, very exam-centric, 15 hours of hardcore important techniques and topics. So please, if I would strongly request all of you that you must watch the webinars of the subjects you are planning to give, because it's all about timing. So if you have got 3 months, you can study the entire thing at your leisure. But if you just have the last 15 days, then webinar is your solution. So do a hybrid approach. Do not miss any opportunity of learning. And Rehan, thank you so much for joining us. And once again, very big congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you so much for your efforts. First.
Thank you.
Okay, now just to wind up the Q&A session, the last question I'm taking here from a student, it seemed difficult to read the whole text and revision kit before the exam. How best can I study? For now, I read the text and take notes. By the time I finish the syllabus, it's already exam time and I have not enough time to practice. Please advise. Okay, now my take here is that, yeah, you are just left with 5 weeks or so. And in that you can't read a book, very extensively. So my recommendation is to practice, practice and practice. And yes, examiner reports to understand mistakes people have done in the past, and solve questions on your own, and just read the past paper answers. Past paper answers, I know past paper answers, the level is too high. But what I think is, if you read that high level, don't get tense. Normally students say, oh, now we can't write the answer of this level. You cannot write, because to be honest, in that exam pressure, nobody can do that, okay? So point is, if you have 50, 60%, 60, 65%, according to that 70%, that's good. So yeah, my recommendation here is that you adopt such a strategy here. Okay, so now let's move on towards the next segment. What we have is to tell you the course options that are available. First of all, students, we are offering our regular courses, and that is flat 30% off till Jan 30th. Okay. So now, if you are opting for regular course, let me tell you very clearly, just listen very clearly. So you will be getting the recorded content, around 75-80% is the recorded content. And after that, there are live sessions. Every subject has live sessions, one class per week, in which the tutor is solving new questions and taking up your queries and solving that. Okay. So you will get 3 live sessions, I think, on an average. Then in this regular course, you will get the 100% coverage, plus the teacher will give you a plan in your first classes, as I'll show you the timetable in few seconds. So you get to know how to cover up things in 5 weeks. Now this is a challenge. 5 weeks, how to gather things. Tutor is there. At Vifhe, we will ensure we help you out. Okay, we'll help you, we'll guide you how to complete the syllabus within these 5 weeks. Okay, and in doing this, this time it's a unique thing that we have done, and that is really working well, is the teacher assistance we have added into our study plan. Every batch has its own respective teacher assistant as well, and we are tracking your performance. It's because we care for you. Okay, so we are tracking your performance. We send reminders to the student that how much topics you have covered so far, how much is left, and we are taking assignments. We are checking the assignments and giving you the feedback, because remember, watching videos is not enough. It's not enough. You need to practice. You need to submit assignments. Your tutor will give you the review, and that will tell you how to improve yourself. Until and unless you don't practice and you go into the final paper, then yeah, things can go bad. Okay, so this is my suggestion. So in our regular course, as I mentioned, that we have a proper program going on, and mock is here in that course as well, that will be marked by the tutor. But if you think you can't go for all the videos, you don't want to do that hassle, so revision courses will be offered that includes mock as well, the script mock, the marking as well, and that we will be announcing from 10th of February. So from 10th, we'll be announcing the mocks, sorry, the revision courses that are designed, in such a way that you can cope up with the key areas. So this is what our plan is. Now quickly I need to give you the quick timetable. The dates are in front of you when the classes will be starting, and this is in front of you as you can see here. So we'll share this on the WhatsApp as well, the first classes. So make sure if you're interested, the first classes on these dates are free, so anybody can join that. Anybody can join that and take advantage and understand. In those classes, tutor will be explaining further paper strategies. Okay, these are the contact details as I'm giving you in front of you. You can contact our WhatsApp team and we'll help you out. The links of the first free revision classes the post batch classes will be shared on the respective WhatsApp group. So thank you very much, everybody. A quick last word from the faculty here. What their advice is, a quick last word. So Hassan Dasani, please, you can just end up then, and quick words you can take from different tutors.
Listen, guys, it is a professional paper. Okay, it happens to most of the students that you will fall on your knees despite your best effort, despite your hard work. It is very, very unpredictable. I have seen a lot of cases where many students fail in the first attempt and they pass in the second attempt. For example, in this very attempt, December attempt, I had a student she was in her first attempt, she got 44 in SBL. And now in the second attempt, like in December, it was her second attempt, she scored 83 marks in SBL. So from 44 marks, she went up to 83 marks. So please don't get demotivated. We all are here to support you and to make sure that you pass in March. So with that note, I would like to thank Sir Rizwan as well and all the faculty members and all of you for attending tonight's session.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys. A quick word, if Taha can add quickly, quick summary, Taha.
All right. So students, whichever paper you are giving, just give your 100%, study, and make sure that it's 100% effort from your side. Do not worry about the results. As Sir Hassan said that these papers are professional exams, and there are hard days, there are bad days, and there are good days. So just don't worry about anything and do your best. So my best wishes to all of you, whether you are giving PM or APM or FM or AFM or TX or ATX or any other paper. Wishing
Okay,
you
thank
best
you.
of luck.
Thank you, Taha. Sir Munir, quickly, in few seconds. Okay, I think he's not here. Tishwata, quickly, what's your thought?
I would just say, guys, that it is just that you will feel bad presently, and maybe when you will be passing the exams with flying colors the next quarter, you will forget about this time. So this is how you can utilize this energy, this negative energy which you are having, maybe now the sadness, you can utilize it in the next quarter. You can give your level best. It's like you are an injured lion and you can roar again in the next quarter. That's my advice.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Thank you. Sir Faizan, quickly.
uh, my last suggestion to all the students for TX, that don't make goal like if I do both the exam kits I will get good marks. It's not the case. Focus on the concepts. If your concepts are clear, you know the rules and you know the application of rules, you will get good marks. Doing revision kit is not a guarantee for success.
Okay, thank you. Sir Munir, I think you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I can only say, just have a strong self-belief. Believe in yourself, and say to yourself that you can do it. This is achievable. Give your 100%. Follow the tutor technique. Follow the paper technique, because every professional paper has a unique paper exam technique. Follow that technique, and you will not fail. Mind my words, you will not fail. That these are the last words. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well
Hasnain,
said. Well said.
last quick word.
Yeah, I would say that don't compare yourself with others. Others may complete their journey earlier than you, but definitely, Lion, when he moves back, he comes with a great speed. So that's what I would say.
Yes, sir, Hassan, you were saying something?
I think all of the teachers, everybody, it was well said from various perspective. I think, I enjoyed listening to all the teachers' perspective.
Okay. So I think I should also give my perspective, if you allow me. Okay. Now,
The best for the last.
no, what's that? Okay, so my friends, I hope everybody motivated you. The point is, don't get demotivated, okay? Just think that if last attempt you could not pass, there's some better for you coming ahead, and the next one is your attempt. So give your best. Hard work is what you need to do. Then leave the rest to God. The only thing as a human being we can do is hard work. That's it. Okay. And then obviously the God will help you to pass your paper. Thank you very, very much, the entire faculty, the entire audience who took out time for this important session. Vifhe continues this every time, and we will continue in future as well, as we care for you. So we'll try our best to provide you best quality education. Thank you very much, entire faculty and the student. See you soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.